Hello again, Year 11. Today we're going to look at trigonometry and in particular finding missing sides. Again, just like last time, I'll model a question on the board for you. I'll talk through it in detail. Then I'll put a fresh question up. You pause the video, give it a try yourself, and then once you're happy you've given it a good enough attempt, press play, and then I'll talk through the answer to that question as well. So, here's the first question. The diagram shows triangle ABC. BC, so BC equals 8.5 centimetres. Angle ABC is 90, and that's really important for this question. And angle ACB, don't forget, when you have angle ACB, what that means is A to C to B, and that gives the angle that's enclosed in there. So that's what that means. And we need to work out the length of AB. It's asked us, don't forget the last bit, to give our answer correct to three significant figures. So the first thing I'm going to do is label my triangle. Now, here's the angle that I know. So the first thing I'm going to do is mark this side with an O, because that is my opposite side to the angle that I know. This side is labelled with a H, so that's the hypotenuse. That's a nice easy one to remember. It's always the longest side and it's always opposite the right angle. So that's how you know which one the hypotenuse is. And then the last one is labelled with an A, and that's adjacent because that means it's next to the angle that we know, but also it's the only one left, which makes it nice and straightforward if you use that technique every single time. So I'm using trigonometry. So I know, and most of you would have been taught using SOHCAHTOA. So the way in which I would teach this is, the first thing I'm going to do is put a box around whatever we're trying to find. So if I'm trying to find side AB, I need to put a box around all of the O's. I'm then going to put a circle around anything I know. So I know the angle. So that means I can put a circle around S, C and T. And I also know the adjacent side, A, so I can put a circle around A. Now, once we get to this point, what we know is we're trying to find O, so it must be either that one there or TOA over there. But if you look at TOA here, I already know that one and I already know that one, so that means I can use this formula. The next thing to do is to cover up what I'm looking for. So when I cover up the top one, I'm left with T times A. So O equals T times A. And then I just fill that in. So I've got T times A, so O equals tan 38. Now it's really important that we close our brackets after that one, times 8.5. So I'm going to turn into my calculator, tan 38. I'm closing my brackets after that, and then I'm times it by 8.5, and that gives me 6.64092, and then it goes on a bit longer after that. Really important, I don't leave it there. Don't forget, the question told me to leave my answer three significant figures. So, significant figure 1, 2, 3, so it's cutting off in there. That's a 0, which means that stays the same, so it's 6.64 centimetres, and that's that question complete. Okay, I'm gonna put another question on the board, but before I do, let's just talk through those key points. First thing you're going to do is label your triangle with your O, A and H. Then you're going to write out your SOHCAHTOA. Then you're going to put a box around whatever you're trying to find, circle whatever you already know, decide which of the formula you're going to use, and then put the numbers into that and see what you get. So, have a go. Pause the video and give this one a try, please. Okay, so now I will very quickly talk through it, and hopefully we both end up with exactly the same answer. So, I'm labelling them. You've got the hypotenuse, the opposite and the adjacent. If you clearly label them correctly in the exam, just like we've done here, or with a H, O and an A, you will get 1 mark. Then we use our SOHCAHTOA. So what is it we're trying to find? Well, we're trying to find O, so we're going to put a box around O, we'd have circled H and S, C and T, because we already know the angles, and that meant we were using the sine rule. So you should have ended up with sine 40 times 10. So you do sine 40 times 10, and that should give you an answer of 6.43 when you've rounded it to 3 significant figures. Hopefully you got that correct. If not, again, do let myself and Miss Tussie know. We'll be able to go through it in a bit more detail with you and do a few more examples, or watch the video again, or try one of the Maths Watch clips. But really important, you keep practicing this skill until you're 100% confident that you're going to get this one right in the exam. Don't forget, this only works on right angle triangles. Hope that helped.